Episode 1, Building Business with Brintley. Welcome. Thank you for coming to check me out. Listen, I'm super excited about getting into this whole podcast and YouTube thing. If you know me personally, I'm sure you've seen me on a few different social media platforms, but typically those are shorter instance of what I want to really get into. So I thought that this might be a better way for me to kind of dive a little bit deeper into a lot of these different topics that I already talk about. And also I want to open up the book to kind of let you guys get to know me a little bit more so you can see what motivates me, what drives me, what keeps me going. My inner circle and my friends, they tell me all the time, like, you know, you're always doing something new, you're always staying hungry. And there's a few different things that keep me motivated. And those all kind of tie into, you know, who I am as a person. Not only will it just be me, but I'll bring on other people from my team, people that I know, clients, friends, things like that, where we can kind of all dive into different little sectors and kind of help to inspire someone else who might be in that same position, who might be looking to go down that path, or, you know, kind of create their own thing. So let's get into it. It's actually about 6 o'clock in the morning right now on a Sunday. And what inspired me to come out and do this is my daughter is actually being born tomorrow. So that's a whole thing. We got to get the house together. You know what I mean? My son, he's got a little adjustment process coming his way that he doesn't really know about yet. More so, I don't want to have this be a thing that I put off, right? So I want to be able to be a person that people can look to for inspiration. Right. So it's like, if he did it, why can't I do it? Because that's how I look at a lot of different people. It's other people that I follow, you know, Carlton Dennis, tax expert, enrolled agent, you know, Duke Loves Taxes on TikTok. Like, these are different people that I might look out to who do social media really well, and they inspire me. If you're not watching this, if you're just listening to me right now, check it out on YouTube so that way you can put a face with the voice. But don't be afraid to find somebody in a creative space that you want to be in to look to for inspiration. It's almost like getting a mentor without actually having to know them. Now, I'm not saying, you know, take everything they're doing, but you can be inspired, put your own twist on it, and kind of, you know, go from there. Just to give a little more information about myself, I've been in entrepreneurship about 6 years now. I went to college. I studied sports science, kinesiology, or PE, however you want to coin it, depending on the university that you go to. But essentially my goal was to be a personal trainer, and then I wanted to go work for a university to do strength and conditioning. But I feel like, honestly, when I was in school, that was more of like a safe haven, right? That was my backup plan. That was my plan B. I played football. I wasn't really 100% into it. I played because I was naturally good at it. My friends played, but that was never really like my thing. You know what I mean? So if I had the opportunity to go to school, of course, I took it. But when it came time, senior year, you got to figure out, okay, are we going to pursue this thing? Are we going to go get a job? I kind of was on both ends of the spectrum, and I ended up kind of going the job route. I worked some odd jobs here and there, and it wasn't my thing. So I ended up getting into sales. You know, shout out to my brother Jonathan. We started out, working in sales, and I mean, we were selling AT&T TV and internet packages, right? So if you ever, you know, signed up AT&T, $100 a month, you know, Wi-Fi, TV, phone, all that good stuff, that's the kind of thing that we was on. So what we were doing was selling this door to door here in Orlando. And then we started to see that we can only scale this business so far. So we had to figure out, how can we reach more people in different markets with the same team and the same amount of hours? We ended up, my brother ended up diverging his plan where we could travel and we could put out flyers, right? So we were putting out flyers in different apartment complexes all up and down the East Coast, you know, of the United States. I'm talking about from Georgia, North Carolina. We went over, you know, Louisiana, all type of things. So we're putting out flyers, we're getting calls on the phone, and we're killing it. Sales, you know, deals. So that determination and that motivation, we took that same thing and we kind of put a twist on it and applied it to our own thing. So we took the flyer thing from the AT&T sales, brought it into the taxation, and then we took that and blew it up, made it a whole bigger thing. So we went from door to door to marketing on social media to referrals. And now, you know, the company's been here going on 11 years and I'm blessed to be a part of it. It's not always about where you start, but it's more so about the journey, right? Fall in love with your journey, fall in love with the end goal, the destination. And if you enjoy the journey, you won't really be working every day. It'll be more so of a process of you just going through the growing pains, learning how things work. And as you go, you will grow, and experience is the best coach, period. Fast forward a little bit, we got into entrepreneurship, started working in taxes. First year, I did really well. I had a lot of people who supported me. Mainly, I would probably, give that back to the people that I went to school with. I ended up going to 4 different high schools here in Orlando, and then I went to college out of state. So my network of people was really diversified, over the years. So first thing I thought, okay, well, let me tap into, this network of people that I know. If you're an entrepreneur, if you started anything outside of like a W-2 job, if you try to get into a side hustle, the people that you know and the people that you think are going to support you the most typically aren't the people that you get your sales from. Now, every now and again, it might be, mom, brother, sister, cousin. They might give you one every now and again. But here at EFP, we typically tell our new hires and our new trainees and, the partners that we work with, those are the people that you want to practice on, right? Because most of the time, they're not going to support you how you think they're going to support you. And it's nothing against it. It's actually a good thing, right? Because it gives you that reality check, like, okay, nobody's going to hand anything to me. I have to really go out here and prove myself. I have to show that I know what I'm doing. I'm an expert in my field. And even if I don't know everything, I'm willing to be honest about that, and I'm willing to learn as I go, right? So that's another thing that is going to tie into the whole podcast and YouTube, the thing that I'm doing with building business with Brintley. I want it to be an honest platform, right? I don't want it to be something where it's like I'm doing a bunch of different things for social media or I'm just trying to grow this big platform. I want it to be real. I want people to be able to come here and like, okay, I seen this journey. I seen this guy do this and do that. And he's still going, he's still growing, he's still evolving. That's definitely what my goal is with doing this. Like I say, we implemented the systems from the early on sales. We're growing the company. We're expanding into different states. We're doing a lot of other different things. And I'm blessed enough and thankful for everybody who does support me in that business. But what that has also allowed me to do is to get into a few other different things, right? So I've gotten into the real estate space. I've gotten into the rental space where I can rent out homes, cars. I've gotten into the investment space, dealing with, stocks and bonds, crypto. I've gotten into the trucking industry, right? All these different things were generated based off of the tax industry, which was also generated based off of sales. Just being an entrepreneur, I feel like something that you really need to be able to hone in on is sales. You have to be able to not only sell yourself, but you have to be able to sell products. You have to be able to sell your idea and your beliefs and your dreams. But at the same time, with you selling those things, you don't want to overextend yourself trying to sell something that's not really built. The more people that you might need for your dream and idea to succeed, the less likely you are to see success. You might say, well, Jamel, how am I supposed to scale and grow my business if I can't delegate tasks to other people? Well, I'm not telling you not to do that, but what I am telling you to do is to get started with what you're doing. Get started with what you're going. Get started with your idea, and experience is going to be your best coach. Once you start going through some things, you'll learn what works, what doesn't work, what to knock out, what to keep. And that's how you start to grow and scale your business and be successful. Business is growing. We're doing well. I'm getting into all these different things, but at the same time, I run into adversity. You might sit down and draw everything out. You might think that, okay, if I line all these ducks up in a row, everything is going to work perfect. I'm going to hit it out the park. If I got the right camera, the right mic, the right lighting, the settings looking good, I'm feeling nice, it's going to be perfect. You sit down, you hit record, and then you forget what to say. But you can't let that deter you or keep you from going where you want to go. You still have to take it step by step to make sure you're going to get where you need to be. Again, Jamel Brintley, happy to be here. Happy that you took a couple minutes just to sit in and see what this was all about. Please like, subscribe, share, leave a comment. Let me know how you feel about the setting. If you want to be a guest, if you feel like you have an experience or a story that you can tell that can relate and inspire somebody else, feel free to reach out to me. And as always, chances make champions. Let's make it happen.